Mr. Speaker. Question below me by me asking gonna good blood treasurer below me and member below Kavian. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, question below me is in relation to the paper that was presented yesterday by Minister Sungi with regards to retirements, retirement exercise below public service. Mr. Speaker, law opposition, we may be seen to be stereotyped, but we'll be asking pertinent questions that will require hard facts and answers. So, Mr. Speaker, question below me, Golo Gupla Treasurer below me, a very hard-working treasurer. I'm also, with the government's approval or reappropriation of the 200 million through the Department of Treasury for the retirement of some 640 public servants, who, in my view, are very experienced public servants. Now, this in relation to the summary on the retirement exercise statement made by the minister yesterday, the statement blame talk some 178.4 million was expended for this exercise since 2019 for some 3,236 retirees in the public service. Today, you misawe, Mr. Deputy Speaker, that plenty of army officers, police officers, now CIS officers, all wait yet go to place. They're still waiting for the government's golden handshake. Now plus something, a few days ago, or weeks ago, the new police minister has announced that they'll be evicting a lot of policemen or picking in the blow who said 18 years now over. Now, plenty of officers blame me, or good hardworking officers, or retire now, no waiting golden handshake blow government, or receiving all funds blow, super funds, pennies. The super funds have paid them off. Now, kay kaim this money go pennies, no waiting government yet. Long time, no paying. Now, it is very encouraging to see that the Public Services Minister has included in his report an achievement of a payout of 178 million. So this 178 million, and go where all army officers, some blow staff barracks, or police officers, all die. Now picking in blow staff yet inside these houses. Now officers are looking for, or young officers are like moving, go inside these houses.
Honorable Deputy Opposition Leader, I want you to get to your question.
Thank you. I'll get to the question. Can the Treasurer assure this House, the retirees, the nation, and all public servants that the 63.5 million earmarked for this program will not just be another failed program whereby these funds are sent to the departments and are redirected or diverted to other programs, and the retirees are left waiting in vain and stranded? Number one. Number two, can the Treasurer outline the steps taken to safeguard these funds, and if there is going to be a trust account established to make certain that these funds are paid out to the marked programs and not to consultants and allowances of officers who pretend to be carrying out these programs? Please, Treasurer, all agencies that will be affected, make certain that the public servants are not retired till the funds are made readily available Otherwise, we retire these public servants and they join a long list of unpaid public servants. Mr. Speaker, also me story pinis, long plus story go pinis. All superfunds payout pinis. Now me thanking government under the Prime Ministership of Honorable James Marape. Now all ministers blow some new plow working big plow work. Now plenty blow have got their payouts. That's what some who have retired since the 90s or close 80th. Now can we assure them that these funds that are now reappropriated go direct to the beneficiaries, not to consultants and officers who get lump sum benefits, and those who marked for this program will miss out again. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
The Honourable Treasurer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the Honourable Leader for his detailed questions. And I want to assure him and both this House that since this government took over in 2019, we have had a very focused plan. We have worked very, very hard to deal with legacy issues with public service wages. Just generally, Mr. Speaker, in response to retirement benefits, I've mentioned on this floor in several statements that we must ensure that we complete this retirement program for all public servants, because the net result will be a saving of around 120 to 130 million from our wages bill. So that's the big picture, and we remain focused on that. Again, with public service wages, the blowouts, which has been a huge expenditure pressure in all budgets from all governments. Mr. Speaker, if I recall correctly, when we came into office in 2019, the wage blowout then was a massive, unacceptable, about 1.1 billion kina. In 2020, we reduced this down to about 780 million, if I recall correctly, and then we reduced that down to about half a billion kina in 2021 last year, and we continue to reduce that blowout. So we're very serious, Mr. Speaker, in trying to deal with these issues. In the specific question asked by the Deputy Opposition Leader, what plans do we have to ensure that the 63.5 million kina is not misused? And what steps do we have to protect these? Firstly, Mr. Speaker, I do detect some merit in his thinking and a desire to ensure these funds are quarantined and, of course, protected so that they're not misapplied. And I note your suggestion, your hint that perhaps we could put that into a trust fund. And because there's some merit in it, I'm happy to take that up with the Minister for Finance, who is empowered under the Act to establish some trust accounts. But in relation to having it protected and not to be misused, I take note of your concern, and I'll continue to manage these funds as I have other funds since I've become Treasurer. Thank you for your question.